All right, I just wanted to say this before this video starts. Number one, this guy is a plant. Number two, he is on Tiffany's team. That's why he ain't say nothing disparaging about her. Number three, Richard Nolan is part of Tiffany and Keith's team as well. I told y'all this the other day.
Okay? There's a lot of things said about Tiffany Henyard. I'm not saying those statements or those things said about her are true or false. What I will say is this: she has not been convicted of anything. Okay? As of yet, she has not been convicted. Okay? What is happening in Thornton Township is ridiculous because we have two trustees, Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle, who refuse to come to meetings and take care of the business that needs to be taken care of. And they are impacting the lives, the livelihood of so many residents. Thornton Township covers 16 municipalities. Okay, and I can't even think of all of them off of the top of my head. But I can tell you that it's Thornton, Illinois, Harvey, Illinois, Markham, Illinois, Calumet City, Illinois, Lansing, Illinois, South Holland, Illinois, Dalton, Illinois, possibly Riverdale, Illinois. But like I said, it's over 16 municipalities. Now, in those 16 municipalities, you have people that also work for the township, whether they working in the food pantry, whether they have jobs as executive assistants for the different departments that are in the township. If the township shuts down, which it has, but it has not shut down completely. But when the township shuts down because there's no work for the people who work for the township, they can't have you come in and just sit around. That means that Supervisor Tiffany Henyard is going to have to lay off a lot of people. These are men and women, some of which are single parents. They have families to take care of. We are living during inflation. There's inflation in the United States now. The price of goods and services has gone up. We just finished Christmas. And if you celebrate Christmas, I'm pretty sure you went out, you bought a lot of gifts for your kids, for your families. These workers are going to be impacted by the township shutting down. So here's what I have to say to Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle. You have a fiduciary responsibility. And if you don't know what fiduciary means, that means financial. You have a financial responsibility to the constituents of Thornton Township. That means all of the constituents in all 16 municipalities. You have a financial responsibility to bring your motherfucking ass to work and handle the business that is supposed to be handled. I don't give a fuck about how you feel about Tiffany Henyard. You letting your personal feelings, your personal beefs impact the lives of thousands of residents. There are senior citizens. It's not just senior citizens. There are residents that are in their 20s, 30s, 40s that also need the township services, that need transportation to and from doctor's appointments, to dialysis. Some of these people cannot walk. They're in wheelchairs. And they are depending on the township transportation services to get them to their doctor's appointments, to get them to the pharmacist to pick up their medication. You are playing with people's lives. Some of this is life and death situations. Henyard wanted you to come to the meeting and pay the bills, but you refuse because you are a puppet on the string for Napoleon Harris. Chris Gonzalez, what's fucked up about you is the fact that you are the one you are the one that made the recommendation for Henyard to become the Thornton Township supervisor. You're the one that made the recommendation. Let's talk about why you made that recommendation. The rumor mill on the street is you already had a contract. Your business had a contract with Dalton prior to you making the recommendation to fill Frank Zuccarelli's seat as Thornton Township supervisor. And from what I hear, is once Supervisor Henyard became supervisor, I'm hearing through the grapevine that you told her that you needed more contracts for all of Thornton Township for your business. And when she told you that she could not do that, that's when you flipped on her. Carmen Carlisle, the rumor mill on the street tells me that you are in a relationship with Keith Freeman. And if that is true, then we know why you jumped ship and flipped. Because you trying to protect your boyfriend, who you fucking on, who's also a married man. Shame on you, slut. Because that is some slutty shit. So, Chris turns on Henyard because he wants more business contracts. And you turn on Henyard because you want to protect your man because you know that he's the reason for a lot of the stuff that was going on in the township. A lot of illegal stuff, both in Thornton Township and in Dalton. So you trying to protect your boyfriend who's a legally married man. You're a side chick. Side piece. And that's why you going along with this stuff. And I want to bring up something else. Something that Tiffany put on the books. That they also want to do a forensic audit. And you all agree that they should do a forensic audit. But you only want to do a forensic audit for the years that Tiffany has been in office, which is less than 3 or a little, almost 3. But common sense should tell you that what happens the prior year impacts the next year. So if we really want to get down to the nitty-gritty and find out what financial irregularities, discrepancies, misappropriation of funds is going on, go ahead and sign off on that forensic audit and take it back 10 years. And I'm willing to bet you're going to find a whole bunch of shit that Frank Zuccarelli did. From misappropriation of funds, mismanagement of funds, all types of financial discrepancies you will find. But you and Carmen don't want to vote on that because you're not interested in really getting down to what's really going on. Because once again, NAPO is a part of the Z team. And the Z team looks out for the Z team. Let me tell you all something. Another thing I want to address. Going back to Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle. What hurts me and pisses me off the most are the children. Children. 3, 4, 5 years old, 6, 7. Whose parents are on fixed incomes. Who depend on the township to help them give their children a nice Christmas. They weren't even able to do that. You all stopped babies, kids, children from being able to have a good Christmas and get gifts. There is something seriously wrong with you, that you lack a soul, that you are content with thousands of people losing their jobs, their livelihoods. We are in the dead of winter, and a lot of people might end up getting evicted, kicked out on the streets. There is something seriously wrong with you two. You took an oath to be a trustee for Thornton Township. You have a fiduciary responsibility to show up and take care of the business. And that's all Tiffany Henyard has been saying. Let's take care of the business for the residents. She's trying to do things to build up Thornton Township. She wants to give all of the residents, the property owners, a 100% tax write-off. We got people that work for the pantry and they use the general assistance to help pay their rent. My uncle was one of them. You're impacting the lives of people for your own selfish reasons, and that's what's fucked up. That is what is fucked up. And I'm going to tell you something. If somebody see you out in the street and they do something to you, hey, you deserve it. Both of you. I'm not wishing that on you. But I'm going to tell you, as the streets are talking, people want to do harm to you too. People had to handle the business of the township. That's all I'm saying. The Dalton Politics Group. That's a crock of shit. The Dalton Politics Group is a crock of shit. Okay. Joseph James, you are one of the people that was part of the Dalton Politics Group who I was always able to have a rational, adult, civilized conversation with. Okay. I think you're Paul Roberts, but I could be wrong. Okay. I'm just saying. All right. Because I pay attention to how y'all write, and I see writings and so forth, and the way people talk is very similar. But what I will say is this. There's a lot of fake pages in the Dalton Politics Group, and the Dalton Politics Group is full of crap. Not you, Joseph James or Paul Roberts, but the group is full of crap. One of the things that I notice is that group is all about Napoleon Harris or Nate Fields. Okay, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with having the people that you like and that you want to support. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you start censoring, when you say that you're about true democracy, but you start censoring people's comments, like what happened to me, I came in that group and I was always respectful. And Joseph James, a.k.a. Paul Roberts, you know I was. I was always respectful. I did not disrespect people, but I am a person that believes in being objective and telling the motherfucking truth. And that's what I did. And I would get my comments erased, and then I would get attacked by people like Anna Menchaca, which is a fake page. Okay? And I got the receipts. If anybody want to lie, I screenshot. Every time I posted in the group, I screenshot what I posted. So that when you go back, and so anyway, I don't even want to talk about all of that, but I am going to say this. I would make comments about things. I would go back and my comments were deleted. Because you all wanted to keep a narrative in the group. You did not want the masses to be enlightened with factual information that goes against the status quo that you all have created in that group, which is to support only Nate Fields or Napoleon Harris. And one particular incident, I asked Nate Fields a question. I asked him, I said, does your baby mama, I don't even remember exactly how I quoted the question, but the gist of it is this. I asked him, did his baby mama, or his son's mother, Mikhail Miller, did she work in the clerk's office? Because he kept making a fuss in the group about how Keith Price wasn't supposed to go and look at his documents or whatever, which he's totally wrong. Zuccarelli should have taught him better, because when somebody is trying to challenge you, they do have the right to go and see the original document that was submitted. And he indeed had something that was supposed to be bound with the rest of his paperwork, and it wasn't. So I asked him, does your son's mother or baby mama, Mikhail Miller, work in the clerk's office? Because I said, wouldn't that give you access? He deflected. He did not answer the question. Then Atifa Muhammad and all these other fake pages or whatever, they come on and saying, well, you need to be focused on this. No, he's a person that's running for an elected official position. And I asked him a question that is very relevant. Does your significant other, basically is what I said, does your baby mama work in the clerk's office? And it's a yes or no question. And he could not answer it. And then everybody in the group start coming on and attacking me. That group ain't about true democracy. Just like we got receipts and we got proof, and we know that Senator Napoleon Harris paid a lot of money to certain corporations or businesses in Chicago. Notice he used Chicago, not the suburbs, that are doing the bidding for him in his group. So at the end of the day, all of y'all full of shit. And that's why I said we going red. That's why I said that. And frankly, to be honest with you, I would rather have, look, if Tiffany don't get on the ballot, I'm voting for Richard Nolan. And I'm telling my family, and I ain't gonna lie, I spent today walking around telling people to vote for Richard Nolan or Tiffany Henyard. I said, Tiffany Henyard gets back on the ballot, vote for her. If she's not on the ballot, we better vote for Richard. Because Chris Clark, Napoleon Harris, Nate Fields, all of them are a part of the Z team. They were all groomed by Zook, and they are all on the same page. Answer a simple yes or no, relevant and valid question. So, Mr. Joseph James, Paul Roberts, do you understand why now I'm saying what I'm saying? All of them are working together. And I live in Harvey. Now let's talk about Chris Clark. Chris Clark, the exact things that has happened that Frank Zuccarelli wanted to do when he said in that conversation, we're going to incapacitate the city. That is what is happening. Chris Clark has shut down so many businesses. He has put blockades, big old rocks, barriers in front of people's businesses because of property taxes. But guess what? Some of those businesses, they're not the property owners. They were renting the business from the property owner. So that's foul as fuck. How are you going to try to make somebody who's renting this this venue or this space, right? How you gonna hold them accountable for the owner not paying their property taxes? Ain't no other municipality in Thornton Township or in Illinois is doing bullshit like that. And then you think we want to let him get that type of power to have the township? Oh, no. Oh, no. He's a fucking dictator. He's a horrible leader. Right now, he is using 4 tactics to displace black and brown people out of Harvey. Gentrification, privatization, metropolitan forms of government, and cool cities. The whole purpose of gentrification is to change the culture and climate of the city. And one of the ways that he has done that ever since he has been mayor, every year he has had the aldermanic council raise the taxes for the city to the highest that they could raise it without the residents' vote. Okay? So that's one way, because through gentrification, property taxes get raised, the cost of living gets raised, and people renting out homes and all of that so forth. And when you look at Harvey, we don't need to be raising a goddamn thing. Come on now, let's be real. Privatization, letting privately owned companies come over and take control over resources. That's happening in Harvey. Metropolitan forms of government. Well, aren't we getting a water reclamation thing put in Harvey, and it's forcing a lot of people, 50 and 60-year residents of Harvey, out of their homes that they worked their asses off, paid and own. And then cool cities. Cool cities. In the words of Dr. Claude Anderson, black economist who wrote the book Powernomics, let's bring in the gays. I have nothing against anybody that is gay. I love all people. We are all God's children. But what I am trying to show you that this is a tactic. Let's use this for an example. Let's say you have a very strong Christian community. Okay? And this is a Christian community that is on Christian morals. They believe man is supposed to be with woman, woman with man, and they want to raise their children up in that type of environment. And then you got a whole bunch of people of the LGBTQ community come in. Okay? That is another way that could force some people to want to move. Because if I have a Christian community, some Christians might not want to live by people who are in that lifestyle. I'm not speaking nothing negatively about anyone of the LGBTQ plus community. I'm just trying to show you how this is a tactic that can be utilized to push people out of a community. So let me make myself very clear. Okay? And when Chris Clark was running for office, 2019, going into 2020, or did he get elected in 2019, 2018? Anyway, around in that time, we started seeing people of the LGBTQ community that we had never seen. I grew up in Harvey. I got friends that are gay in Harvey. So we ain't saying that there was never gay people in Harvey. But we saw an influx of people coming into Harvey that we had never seen before. There was this transgender named Brianna. I don't remember what the last name was. Chappelle Hooks and I have had meetings, and she has come to find out she was an informant for Clark. Whole time, she's sitting there at the meetings acting like she really cares, and she just moved out here to Harvey and, and all of that. I'm just gonna say transgender because I don't want to be disrespectful. The trans woman, because it was a biologically born man that transitioned to a woman. So the trans woman, Brianna, was going back telling Clark everything. And that was one of the ways in which that he kept staying 2-3 steps ahead of us when we were trying to fight the demise that he has brought upon Harvey. If he gets that township position, he's going to do the same. He's going to be selling out. You know, it is what it is. For all of these things that I have stated in this live, these are the reasons why we cannot vote for Senator Napoleon Harris. Senator Napoleon Harris. And which, come to find out, he doesn't even reside in our township. So he should not be the committee man, nor should he be running for township supervisor. But these reasons alone, we cannot support Napoleon Harris. We cannot support Nate Fields. We cannot support Chris Clark. So if Henyard does not get on the ballot, we going red. Screw. I'm on a live. Oh, I'm about to end this right now. It's the Democrats that have all of the power and have been screwing us over. It's the Democrats. All of these mayors from Calumet City and so forth, they're all Democrats. The trustees on Thornton Township, they're Democrats. It's the Democrats that is doing the backbiting, the stabbing each other in the back, all of that. So you know what? We need to shake things up. Because all of them are deceptive. They're showing it. Napoleon Harris is using people to call out Tiffany Henyard about misappropriation of funds and all of that. But there are articles written about him. See, the thing with Tiffany is she hasn't been convicted yet. But with Napoleon, they got definite proof that he was using campaign funds at BMW car dealerships and all of that. So this is what trips me out. Joseph James, a.k.a. Paul Roberts, and all of you all that in that Dalton Politics group that's on this live watching. You all are getting behind Napoleon Harris. And he is just like Tiffany Henyard. If he's using campaign funds for car dealerships and all that stuff, which is not supposed to be used for, isn't that misappropriation of funds too? I mean, isn't it the pot calling the kettle black? Like, for real. You all need to wake up, smell the coffee, and stop playing politics. And hold these elected officials accountable. I don't care if it's your friend or not. I've had to cut off some friends because they're no longer doing what they said they came in to do. They hanging around with the same people that they say are corrupt, that they want to take down, and now they're hanging around with them. Life is too short for the bullshit. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. I hope you all take into consideration everything that I have said and do your due diligence. Hold these elected officials accountable. Do your research and stop voting because, oh, that's my boy. When it comes to people's livelihoods, friendship is out the door.
legendary.
What people think on it.
Friendship.
History is a lie.
I wanna say, I wanna say, I wanna say happy.
History is a lie. From
This celebrity who's
Bobby Hemmett trying to tell you why you don't.
Can I give you all the formula?
This hotel on Thailand's coastline is nothing.
Okay, y'all.
Hello, everyone. I just wanted to say that even though I hope you took your time to watch this video, there's a couple key items that I wanted to address. Number one, this man is a complete zero. The fact that he thinks it's 16 municipalities and not 17, that shows you how ignorant he really is, and that he's just reading the script that Henyard wrote for him. The food pantries, as I put in the text earlier, you can call 211 to get help with food service. Them toys. Fuck them toys. Them kids' Christmas is over. It's been over. If they mama ain't got them nothing by now, then that's kind of like not on the township. Then the responsibility of the trustees, they're responsible to us taxpayers. They're not responsible to Henyard or anything that has to do with Henyard. They don't have to vote to pay no bills when they know that they're voting for corruption. Y'all make it seem like, not y'all, but they make it seem like the trustees are doing something bad because they're not making votes. What Henyard wants them to do is come in, make votes, and give away her little fake tax refund that she want to steal, and give bonuses to people that don't deserve bonuses. You got Keith Price, you got Kamal Wood, you got Michael Smith. I don't even think Michael Smith is in the township, but you got William Moore. You got all her other people that she's trying to give these fake bonuses to because she's trying to do her last ditch effort to steal. We cannot allow this last ditch effort to steal. Then we have the seniors. What they keep talking about, the seniors. Well, I would love to connect with the seniors in the community and just let them know what other places offer the same services that the township offer. Not only do they offer the same services that the township offer, but they a lot of the transportation companies travel outside of the township, so they travel way further. This guy and Keith Price and the rest of Henyard, definitely Tiffany and her goons, they all are jealous of Napoleon Harris. Why? Because that man went and did something with his life. You guys are just fangirls of him, it seems like. I just don't get how you guys keep bringing up Napoleon Harris. Dalton Politics was created around Tiffany Henyard. I was in the room when that group was created. So I understand the reason why Dalton Politics came about. What y'all fail to realize is the only reason why the Township Talk even have anything to do with Dalton Politics is because Tiffany came in to the township and started stealing right away because she realized that it was a bigger bag. Now, Napoleon Harris campaign and everything, that's not even all through Dalton Politics. But I tell y'all this, Richard Nolan, and I'll show anybody the inboxes that I did a live about it yesterday. It's funny that this dude was talking about Richard Nolan today. But I did a live about it yesterday, and the things that he was saying about my friend Ryan, which is the same kind of stuff that this guy is spewing about the LGBT coming in and TQ coming in and changing the community of Christians. First off, everybody's not a Christian. It's so many Muslims inside of Harvey. It's other religions inside of Harvey. So again, it's not just one religion. Why do people always try and just put everybody under one umbrella when it comes to religion, when it's so many different cultures that's inside of Harvey, that's inside of a lot of different cities and towns? Everybody is not Christian. When it comes to Kamal Woods, he is messing around with Tiffany and he is married. So that's a verified relationship, a verified whore, as you call Carmen. Tiffany is the whore, not Carmen. Don't nobody know about no Carmen and Keith Freeman relationship. And even if they do have a relationship, I guess what? Nobody else knew about it until you tried to out them. And nobody even cares. Tiffany is the only one that we worried about because Carmen not running for re-election. Tiffany is running for re-election. So again, the things that y'all try and bring up to try and shame people, it don't matter. Who cares about who Carmen's sleeping with? What we care about is that Carmen, Chris, and anyone else that has helped the township, Miss Stephanie Wiederman, they have all made sure that they are on the side of good. Not saying that Stephanie was ever a part of Tiffany corruption team, but just saying that she is running for Township Trustee because she wants to make sure that the things that we can do going forward are the right thing. This guy that made this video really needs to sit back, and realize that nobody cares about what you're saying. Nobody would take your recommendations into consideration because all of your recommendations are that of corruption. You're talking about you and what you and Chappelle Hooks did and what you and Keith Price did and all of that stuff. But you talking about Harvey, and we all know that Harvey is full of nothing but corruption. The only thing you spoke well of is that don't vote for Christopher Clark and what Christopher Clark has done to Harvey. And I think we all can agree upon that. Other than that, dude, you sound like a lame. Like, he is a true lame. Who mans is that? Because why are you trying to send fake threats to the trustees as if you saying people want to hurt you on the streets? Like, what kind of message is that you sending? So y'all just really think y'all thugs. Like, this has gotten beyond out of control. Like, do people have to start really putting in orders of protection against y'all because y'all really think that it's cool to threaten people? Like, this is ridiculous. Anyway, I thank everybody for listening. I thank y'all for y'all time. Like I said yesterday on my video, and I'll say it again, these people are all plants. These people are all trying to figure out different ways to manipulate their way into the township, to continuously steal money, to not be able to pass the budget. Mind you, they talking about the audits. We don't care about an audit when Frank Zuccarelli was in office. What we care about is what Tiffany has been doing. Because when Frank left the earth, he had a surplus. When Tiffany got into office, we can promise you that surplus wasn't because of her. It was because of Zuccarelli. She did create a surplus. I'll keep giving her that credit because she came in and fired a whole bunch of folks. When you fire a whole bunch of people, that gives you a surplus. I just want you guys to keep looking at the writing on the wall. We are almost there to election time. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but I'm going to tell you that Christopher Clark is not for the township and Richard Nolan is not for the township. I appreciate you guys for listening. I want you guys to have a blessed and lovely rest of your weekend. And I just want you guys to stay prayed up and stay out of the way, because apparently it's goons out here looking to harm people just because they are on the right side of law, which is ridiculous because everybody should be on the right side of law. Imagine how things would be if people just did the right thing. Love you. And just wanted to say that we are almost there. Voting dates. Early voting is February 10th through February 21st. That's for Dalton. And the election date is February 25th. Clean House 2025. Make another video with the election schedule for the township. Also keep in mind, January 21st coming up, a couple days. We have to go make sure that Stephanie Wiedemann get that seat as a trustee, so that way we can stop curbing, well, not stop, but start curbing the corruption that resides in our township. Thanks for listening. Bye.